What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sir Splash, and today we have a pretty special video based on Godzilla King of the Monsters. Funny enough, I was going to do this video a few days ago, but as soon as I announced I was doing it, another channel, a much bigger channel, posted the exact same video. So I was like, oh, it's going to look like I stole it if I post it now. So I got to stop announcing what I'm doing. But anyways, they didn't do it nearly as detailed as I will, so that's the good part. So essentially, in King of the Monsters for Godzilla, which was a really good movie, we see that Godzilla and King Kong will face off, and it is confirmed that there is a Godzilla King Kong movie coming out in 2020. So the question is, how would Kong be able to stack up against the beast of Godzilla? So we'll break down the numbers and see if he could actually give him a good fight. So Kong's weight, based on some research I did, is around, assuming he didn't grow from Skull Island, which we'll get into later, but first calculations will assume he didn't grow. Kong weighs about 1,400 tons. He's over 100 feet tall, weighs about 1,400 tons, based on his body mass and the weight of gorilla, just calculated multiple times. Now, the gorilla's strength is roughly 6 times just their dead strength, roughly 6 times stronger than their body mass, so they weigh about 300 pounds. They can deadlift 1,800 easily. So if he's just deadlifting, 1,400 tons times 6 would be 8,400 tons of lifting strength. Now, matched up against Godzilla is 90,000 tons. So obviously, 8,400 tons of lifting strength doesn't really do much at all. However, we're going to be looking at not necessarily bodybuilding lifting categories. We're going to be looking at, could Kong hurt Godzilla with his hitting, like his impact? So we'll have to do some math with the impact force. Now, the impact, the weight being thrown from Kong is obviously 1,400 tons. The reason you got to account for his whole body weight is that gorillas actually hit with their entire body behind it. They don't hit like humans, where humans, hit with a punch, just their fists, their arms, maybe some weight behind it if they are good at throwing punches. But gorillas can't punch like normal humans because of the way their body's shaped. So they actually pretty much gorilla bash you, just throw their whole weight of their body into you when they hit you. So at velocity, based on the fact that he's multiple times taller than a gorilla, obviously we're going to be lowballing for this video. He's about 17 times taller than the average gorilla. Average gorilla is about 6 feet. He's 104 feet, roughly 17 times. At max, a gorilla can run, a crack baby gorilla, like 25 to 30 miles per hour. So we're going to give the speed of Kong about 17 times multiplier from that, around 520 miles per hour. So we're plugging that in as well. I'll put up the screenshot of the calculations. For distance, we'll say about 50 yards. So he lunges from 50 yards out to get a good clean hit in on Godzilla. Of course, he could get more momentum from farther, but we'll lowball to say like 50-yard leap. 1 to 2 second duration period of the impact. So the peak of this, we have to look at meganewtons and then convert them. 1 meganewton equals 224,808 pounds of force. So what would this mean? Well, when we plug in the 520 miles per hour, plug in all our numbers to calculate impact, we're coming out at about 1,250 meganewtons. Calculate this by multiplying this by 224,808 for pounds of force. We will get 281,010,000 pounds of force. Now divide this by 2,000. Why? We want to get the tons of force. So 281,010,000 divided by 2,000 equals 140,505 tons of force behind the perfect impact of a gorilla bash from Kong. What would this mean? Well, 140,505 is clearly above 90,000 tons. So in theory, the Kong from Skull Island with a full gorilla bash could stagger the 90,000 ton Godzilla. Now, let's say it got 2 times bigger. This would put the math at 281,010 tons of force, twice the hit, easily could stagger Godzilla. But if we go off the movie poster, the hype poster for the upcoming movie, he's roughly 3 times bigger than what he was in Skull Island. This could very well be true because they say in Skull Island that Kong was basically an adolescent, a small child of his species. He was the lone survivor. But if it was 3 times, he'd be 421,505 tons of force behind a Gorilla Bash, more than 3 times than his original, which is still lowballed because we're not accounting for the height difference, therefore the speed difference from the size of his strides. But yes, overall, even Skull Island Kong could stagger a Godzilla with a Gorilla Bash. However, it's a perfect world scenario. It would be assuming that Kong would get a perfect clean impact on the mighty Godzilla, which is highly unlikely unless he takes him by surprise. But we do know by the director's inserts that Kong will be fighting him with agility and intelligence. So he's likely going to be fighting dirty and getting in dirty hits. So to sum it up, could Kong do it? Could Kong hurt Godzilla, even potentially be a threat to him when Godzilla comes to Skull Island? Yes, he could. Especially if he grows to the size we see him in the movie poster with the 3 times growth, with the way gorillas fight and bash. He could definitely be a threat to Godzilla. However, my biggest question is durability. His durability was kind of fodder in Skull Island. I mean, we saw Samuel Jackson body him. So we got to ask, does he have the durability to take a hit for Godzilla? The only way he could really be a threat, honestly, is if he stays away from those teeth, tail, and atomic breath. If he can manage to stay out of the way, use his agility and his brains, perhaps some weird weaponry, he could definitely be a threat to Godzilla. Anyways, let me know what you think. If you saw King of the Monsters and liked it, let me know down below. Like, subscribe, and comment. Join my Patreon, the Splash Dollar Club, only $1 a month. I've opened up a Splash game server too. So if you join Patreon, you get the free access to that. It's a lot of fun. It's only $1 a month. You can join the other tiers if you want for even more rewards. But yeah, anyways, join my Discord, hit me up, like, subscribe, comment. It's been your boy Sir Splash, and I'll see you all later. Peace.